Hello BL enthusiasts, this is episode 12 review part 3. Today we're diving into episode 12 of ABO Desire the series, and this one is all about Huang and Sheng Xiaoyu's growing romance after a period of fear, weakness, and vulnerability. The episode picks up right after the tense moment where Sheng Xiaoyu wakes up, still weak from being kidnapped, and it sets the stage for a much softer, more intimate dynamic between him and Huang. If you've been waiting for that turning point where affection and care begin to break through guarded walls, this episode delivers in a big way. Let's break it down step by step and talk about why this moment in the story feels so powerful, refreshing, and emotionally satisfying for fans who've been rooting for them. At the start, we see Xiaoyu weak and recovering, his body clearly bearing the weight of what happened to him. But right beside him is Huang, who refuses to let the moment slip into despair. Instead, Huang takes responsibility, almost playfully but also sincerely, saying, "It's all my fault. But Mr. Sheng is also responsible. It's all because you are too charming." That line is so important, it's half apology, half flirtation, and it perfectly captures Huang's character. He knows he should comfort Xiaoyu, but he can't resist slipping in affection. And this is what sets up the entire episode's tone, tenderness mixed with Huang's teasing nature. The kisses come quickly after that. Huang's attitude is almost like, if I don't kiss him now, it's a loss. He peppers Xiaoyu with kisses, rubbing against him, and the scene turns from playful to soothing. The series has always done a great job portraying the unique world of ABO dynamics, and here the pheromone comfort becomes a way to not just heal Xiaoyu's body but also soften his heart. By the time Huang finishes massaging and soothing him, Xiaoyu is no longer weighed down with pain. Instead, he feels relief, even a sense of safety, which is exactly what he needs after everything he went through. This moment is less about romance in a fiery sense and more about romance in healing, love as medicine. Then we move to the breakfast scene, which might seem simple on the surface but is packed with emotional undertones. The table is laid out beautifully, with light, elegant dishes and a bowl of steaming porridge. But there's a problem. Sheng Xiaoyu doesn't like porridge. His reaction is immediate, he frowns, sits down reluctantly, and says, "Porridge." His distaste is clear, and this could have easily escalated into a cold, tense exchange. But what happens next is what makes Huang such a fascinating and lovable character. Instead of being stern or insistent, he circles around Xiaoyu, bends down, and almost sings his words, "It's good for your stomach, why don't you drink a little?" This is where the episode really shines, because it shows us Huang's style of care. He's not just a protector, he's a coaxer, someone who uses softness and playfulness to win Xiaoyu over. Of course, Xiaoyu is stubborn, he doesn't like porridge, he doesn't like being told what to eat, and he certainly doesn't like being babied. But Huang doesn't give up. He insists, explaining how cold or strongly flavored foods will upset Xiaoyu's stomach and that porridge is the best option for him right now. The tension rises slightly here, because Xiaoyu's face flushes again, this time from irritation and embarrassment. He wonders why he gets angry so easily with Huang, but the truth is, Huang's shameless persistence disarms him every time. And then comes the moment that seals it. Huang presses his cheek against Xiaoyu and whispers softly, "Please, Mr. Sheng, just drink some porridge and just stay with me, okay?" It's impossible not to melt here. Even Xiaoyu, with all his pride and frustration, can't withstand that combination of gentle words and physical closeness. His anger fizzles out, and he realizes that Huang's coaxing is less about control and more about genuine care. This is the kind of moment where viewers find themselves smiling, because it's not just romantic, it's deeply intimate in an everyday, domestic way. What's so striking about this porridge scene is how it shifts Xiaoyu's perspective. He reluctantly takes a sip, clearly expecting it to be unpleasant. But to his surprise, it tastes good, the rice is soft, the flavor is light but comforting, and suddenly he's not just tolerating Huang's insistence but actually enjoying it. This is symbolic of their entire relationship. At first, Xiaoyu resists Huang's presence, his shamelessness, his persistence. But once he lets his guard down, he discovers warmth, comfort, and even joy in Huang's way of loving him. We also get a glimpse of Xiaoyu's inner thoughts here, which makes the scene even more impactful. He questions whether Huang inherited his ability to lead by being coquettish, as if his teasing charm is a royal skill passed down in his bloodline. It's a funny but telling observation because it shows that Xiaoyu is starting to see Huang not just as a flirty presence but as someone who uses that charm deliberately, maybe even as a form of strength. But let's talk about how this episode fits into the bigger arc of their romance. Before this, Xiaoyu had been kidnapped and left in a vulnerable state. He's someone who's used to control, to being strong, to never showing weakness. Huang, on the other hand, is someone who thrives on breaking down walls, using affection, persistence, and care to push past defenses. This episode becomes a turning point because Xiaoyu doesn't just resist Huang, he begins to accept him. Taking the porridge isn't just about eating, it's about trusting. It's about letting Huang into his world and admitting, even silently, that maybe he needs him. The final touch in the episode is when Xiaoyu notices Chang Yu from X Holdings sitting on the sofa nearby. That little reveal adds tension to the end of the scene, reminding us that even as Huang and Xiaoyu find moments of domestic intimacy, the outside world is never too far away. It's a clever way to keep the story balanced. Just when we're lulled into the sweetness of their connection, we're reminded that challenges and conflicts still linger in the background. Overall, Episode 12 stands out because it strips away the noise and focuses on something simple but meaningful: care. The romance between Huang and Sheng Xiaoyu isn't about grand gestures or dramatic declarations in this moment. It's about food, healing, and letting someone take care of you even when you resist. It's about finding sweetness in porridge you once hated because the person feeding it to you makes it taste different. For fans who have been craving growth in their relationship, this episode is a satisfying reminder that love is often built in the quiet, stubborn, and tender moments. In conclusion, this episode doesn't just give us kisses and playful teasing, it gives us a deeper understanding of how Huang and Xiaoyu fit together. Huang is relentless in his affection, sometimes shamelessly so, but it's that persistence that breaks through Xiaoyu's coldness. Xiaoyu, on the other hand, shows us that even the most guarded hearts can soften when faced with genuine care. Episode 12 is proof that romance doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. Sometimes, it's in the small acts, like coaxing someone to eat porridge, that love speaks the loudest.